Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back. Tonight, we're going to be looking at our animal guides. We all, like angels, like our spirit guides, we all have animal guides around us, whether we are aware of them or not. Excuse me, I'll just finish getting dressed. Okay, so meeting our animal guide, we are inevitably drawn to what resonates with us. Therefore, when you go to an animal park or zoo, consider what animals you are most interested in seeing. The ones that you're drawn to obviously will be the ones that will mean more to you. Let me just pause this. So, yes, whatever animal catches your attention when you're out throughout the day. For me, it's robins. I'm always seeing robins and saying good morning to the robins. But you might see foxes, or there might be a lot of a breed of dog around that you keep bumping into. So whatever animal you're interested in, it fascinates you, you keep bumping into or seeing everywhere. So not just what animal fascinates you and you're drawn to, what animal do you find like most frightening? Would you like to stay away from? Or which animal would you feel would be the most lovable? Is there an animal you have never forgotten? Have you ever been bitten, attacked, or felt threatened by a particular animal? Ask yourself what animal has been meaningful in your life, if you do have one that you can think of. That's no use. You'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Make a list of animals that have drawn your attention or have left an impression on you. It might be an animal in a painting or a photograph, a character animal in a story, or a real animal in a documentary or movie. So consider what animal you're drawn to. That can be quite important. So it's getting cold. Do you collect animal ornaments? Which animal shows up in your life most often? Which animal or animals do you feel you can relate to best? Is there any animal that describes your own personality? That's an interesting one, isn't it? Are you like a rabbit? Do you like to go and burrow and stay away from people? Does the world frighten you? Or are you kind of like steady and ponderous, like elephants walking your way through life, taking up space? Have a think and write down what animal you feel would best reflect you at this time. I'll certainly think that. This is why I love teaching, because it reminds me to do things I haven't done for ages, because what my spiritual guide might have been a couple of years ago, my animals guide, they might have changed. I'm thinking, yeah, I need to go and have a think what certain animals are meaning to me at the moment. Interesting. So, have you ever been bitten, attacked? We've done that one. What animal has been meaningful? Make a list of animals that have drawn your attention or have left an impression on you. Did just doing that one, didn't we? I'll repeat because it's there for a reason. It might be an animal in a painting or a photograph, a character animal in a story, or a real animal in a documentary or movie. I can never watch animal documentaries. Someone always gets killed in them. Animal ornaments. Which animals do you feel you can relate to best? Is there an animal that describes your own personality? Is there an animal that perhaps has the same likes or dislikes as you? Perhaps you dislike or have a fear of water, as most cats do. Quite a lot of dogs don't like being bathed. Do you love the window open in a car and letting the wind blow through your hair? Like a lot of dogs seem to enjoy that, don't they? It's a wonder more dogs haven't gone through the window. So when we do the meditation, when we have a look at our animal guides, when we find them, to encourage them to draw close and guide you, wear jewellery and clothing illustrating your spirit animal. Bear with me. Decorate your space with pictures and other memorabilia. Educate yourself on its life and habits. Visit the habitat of your animal guide if you can. Help to protect its home, contribute time and resources. Study the elements of water, fire and earth that is associated with the animal guides. I think we're looking at elementals next after the animals. The purpose of animal spirit guides and totems is mainly to support our development as individually evolving human beings. Their direct involvement is to protect and guide us, but also to teach us lessons along the way, which makes our relationship with them truly unique. It will mean different, the same animal will mean different things to different people. So we have a totem here in spirit animals. A spirit animals is the one who will present life's lessons. The spirit animal comes along to show, through its own unique nature, how to deal with the manifestation events of the spiritual journey. Each spirit animal has skills and knowledge to share. So when they appear, it is a signal to reconnect with your true self and your life's workshop. Pay attention to the repeated appearance of this animal. Recognize these synchronistic occurrences, which will teach you to be aware of the hidden messages in your daily life. I remember flies everywhere, and I googled what flies mean, and yeah, I wasn't best enamoured with it. I'll have another look. But yeah, dead flies everywhere. I don't know why. I know I'm feeding Betty on fresh food now, but need to have another look. Do not let your perceived animal image of an animal prejudice you to the significance of its message, as you will meet the spirit animal that you need to learn from. As I just said, flies everywhere. We need to have a look at that. You do not choose your spirit animal, it chooses you. Do not try to force your spirit animal to manifest itself. They will only appear at a time and place in your life when you are ready to accept the wisdom they offer, and they will always turn up at exactly the right moment. Spiders as well. I had a lot of trouble with spiders. Big spiders. Spiders are good. They're about secrets and lies and things, unraveling things that you need to know. So spiders were quite a good guide to have. That's what I mean. They can come in and out of your life, and you can look this up and see what do spiders mean for you at the moment, and then you'll become more aware of what's going on in your life. So we have a totem animal. I don't know where my voice is today, where my head is. A totem animal is a spirit animal that you call upon to invoke as an individual or a tribe for its special powers and survival skills. They serve as guardian or protector when you see or are facing adversity. Never let your perceived image of an animal affect how you see its ability to serve as a totem. It may possess survival skills that you are unaware of. It is thought that for group animals that live collectively as group or herds, there is one primary soul animal which embodies the soul of that group. If one of these animals, such as, I don't know, a herd of deer or something, is that pride of foxes? I don't know. If one of these animals is your guide, and you may feel responsible for others and dislike being on your own, you'll be more spiritually evolved than your friends and family. Our own pets were originally a collective animal. Because they were loved as an individual animal, they can communicate as an individual soul, giving evidence of survival. And that is true. I have had animals come through, pet animals come through when communicating with spirit. They'll bring someone's pet dog or cat or bird. I've even had caged birds. So yeah, they do come up in as an individual. So we have the familiar. Another type of animal spirit is the familiar. This spiritual entity will appear as a mediator between the communications of humans, animals, and spirit realms. The shadow animal. It arrives because of lessons you have not learned. It comes repeatedly until there is change. It may come at a time of greatest adversity. Spirit animal messages. They carry messages from the spirit realm that you need to pay attention to in your current situation. They appear in dreams and meditations. Listen carefully to understand the message they are attempting to impart. Dreams are something we will also be looking at in the future. The journey animal comes as a guide when you change direction and follow a new life path. It will travel with you until you have completed this present challenge. I'm having a new path, so I have to see what my animal is. The life animal reflects your deeper spiritual self and is always with you. They may come to teach the life skills you need to learn. The medicine animal, obviously, comes to heal and comfort us in times of illness and injury. They guide us through the process of healing and stay until we are healed. So they're all various spirit animals. One spirit animal does not have to do the healing and the guiding and the comforting. Various animals can come in and out at various stages of your life. It is important to be aware that each spirit animal is general to its species. They draw close to awaken new spirit awareness and to reveal the purpose of spiritual journeys. See them as individuals and understand them for their animal nature. Study their habits and behaviour to understand how they use their unique skills to survive their environment. Discover how they respond to the challenges they face in their lives and respond similarly to your own challenges. Your spirit animal has come to introduce you to a new way of being. I get a lot of badgers in my garden when they're not an old hospital town, so I get the badgers all came into all of our gardens, and they knock everything down, all the fences down, they put holes everywhere, and I've learned to live with them. And I thought, well, they are really, really peaceful. They come and go, they're secretive, they don't like being disturbed, and the only time they will attack, because my dog's about this big, and it chases these huge badgers, like meter, they're huge things, out of the garden, and the only time they will attack is when they're backed into a corner. If they can't get out, then they will attack, because I keep calling my dog back thinking the badger is going to attack them. Where is it again? So and I quite like that. I think there's always a point in our lives where we need to maybe go on the attack and not kind of like be bullied or put on or something like that. So I quite like badgers as a spirit animal. So you look at their nature, whatever your spirit animal is, you look at their nature. Rabbits, for instance, they freeze, don't they, and they go back to their burrow and they hide. So if that comes up on a card, and maybe it's a time for you to not be confrontational, maybe it's time for you to go back to your burrow and lay low for a while. So whatever animal is with you at the time, look at their nature and learn how they behave, because that's what they'll be trying to tell you how to behave at this moment. That can change. It all changes. We never stay the same. So your spirit animal has come to introduce you to a new way of being. Learn as much about your animal guide as you can. Imagine and feel its presence if you get the opportunity to see it in physical form. See badgers. List the qualities or attributes of the animal you feel is your spiritual guide. How does the animal relate to you? Have you always been drawn to them? Consider how their nature, abilities and so on relate to your present experiences. If your spirit animal could speak to you, what would it say? Have you met this animal in reality? Did you feel a connection? Were you happy? Were you nervous? Are there connections between you and your animal guide? Does how you feel about your animal guide translate into how you feel now about people in your life? Because your animal guide could represent your present feelings, a person in your life, a past or present event or person. Examine the characteristic traits of imaginary qualities or symbols that are typical to this animal. This is a good way to create meanings. Sorry, my voice is going again. To create meanings and develop a strong connection with your animal guide. Another thing I get here is an old house with huge biters. I mean huge biters, how big. And so I looked at spiders, and obviously they come around when there's secrets and lies being told, and you may be caught in a web of deceit and all that sort of thing going on. And I was for a long time with a partner caught in this web of deceit and had no idea what was going on. And you know, I mean, big spiders, you couldn't ignore them. But things have settled down now. I may get the odd one or two spider, but I don't get as many as I used to have when I was with this relationship. So do find meaning in whatever animal is attracting your attention at the time, and you might not know until quite a while later why they're bringing that meaning and purpose for you. So yeah, because spiders can be quite visible, can't they? They're not always invisible creatures. They can be visible, so it could be something right in front of your face. Well, this is what I'm attributing. Examine conventional or cultural meanings that are attributed to your spirit animal and include this perspective in your exploration to contribute to your understanding. Do you agree with the stereotype? Be aware of this type of association when looking for the meaning of your animal guide. For example, snakes. Not many people like snakes, but some people keep snakes. So it's your interpretation of the animal that is more meaningful than any book or somebody else's opinion of them. You'll have to excuse me, my throat's going again. Looking out for your animal guide. Do you see a certain animal regularly when you're on your way to work or walking to the shops? Does an animal come into your garden at the same time every day? It could be a sign that the animal is your guide. Do you love squirrels or foxes, woodpeckers? If you cannot bear the way animals are commercially farmed, if you relate to the suffering of livestock, such as cows, pigs, sheep or chickens, you may have a farm animal as your guide. Do you capture spiders and place them outside? You may have an awareness that spider guides are intelligent and observant, and they can be a great help in the physical world. You may be given a gift with an animal picture on it, then someone else presents you with the same animal image. If you keep seeing the same animal in different forms unintentionally, it may be a sign from the animal guide. Have you seemed to connect, with a rabbit before he hopped off? Did a butterfly land on your finger more than once? If a bird lingers before flying off, or a squirrel peers in at you through your window, or a fox makes eye contact with you before running off, these moments of connection are often signs from our animal guides. So take time to look up the meaning. These may be the signs that the animal you connected with was already supporting you in spirit. Have you seen an elusive animal more than once when some people go their entire lives without ever seeing one? A woodpecker perhaps, or a secretive badger? Remember, there are no coincidences. And people are quite surprised when I tell them, we have badgers roaming around in the garden, because for me it's just normal, their normal habitat now. You can't even put a proper fence. I have to leave a hole in the fence for them. Sometimes our guides need to get our attention, like repeated minor bee stings or jellyfish encounters. If you had more than one bite or sting, consider a spirit animal is trying to get in touch. If your work or hobbies involve you connecting with animals, you may have been drawn to them because they are guiding you. These are just some examples of signs from your spirit guides. If any of these seem familiar to you and you can identify a few animals that you feel connected with, look them up and see what their presence may mean, or consider, meditate, always a good way to connect with anything. Meditate how they may want to help you and trust your answer. Meditation works for everything, all sorts of things. Okay. Yeah, I think we've got time to do a meditation. Let's try this animal guide meditation. Excuse me. So this one is using animal cards, which I have here. I think it covers just about all forms of animals. This is the falcon. So if you have animal cards or picture of an animal or anything like that, do hold it, visualize it, look for it. Mountain goat. So visualize, either hold a picture of an animal, visualize an animal, but this is about using cards and connecting to our spirit animal. Okay, so again, for the meditation, sit comfortably, close your eyes and take 2 deep breaths. Become aware of your out breath without changing your rhythm, and just remain sitting and observing the flow of your breath. Send out the thoughts on the energy you wish to receive from the card. Visualize that energy surrounding your body and connecting to the universal energy before being absorbed into your body. Close your eyes and continue to visualize an animal or visualize the card. Ask your sense, ask how you feel. How do you feel? What energy is this animal sending out to you? What shapes can you see in or around it? Do you feel any colours around this animal? Anything in the aura or the chakras? Does it change colour or shape as you focus on this image? Does it feel positive or negative? What is the emotion that you are feeling? Does the image of this animal appear to send a message of protection or relaxation? Does it encourage you to move forward or stay still? To retreat or stand your ground? Feel the vibration of this animal. Draw it close. Look at it closely. What are you noticing about it? Are you noticing the fur, or the paws, or the claws, the snout, or the beak? So what is your biggest image during meditation? Could it be the tail or the ears? Who knows what is drawing you? What captures your attention? Whatever captures your attention will be the thing that you need to bring back from meditation. I want you to visualize this animal, whether it's on a card or whether it's in your mind. Does it feel positive or negative? Has it come for protection? Has it come to help you move forward? Does it encourage you to stay still? As you ask these questions, feel the answer, feel the response to these questions. And as you feel the energy of this animal, allow it to move through your body. Allow this energy to flow through your body, down to the soles of your feet and out through the earth. And send this animal energy back through the earth. You will have learned everything that you need to know at this time. Start coming back into the room. Feel your feet on the floor. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Feel your weight on the chair. Finally, open your eyes and become aware of the room. So there's just an exercise here for communicating using animal cards, for working in groups or working with friends. And there's a few pages of common animal guides. I've got time to read these, I've got 5 minutes. So, typical interpretations of animal guides. If you have a different interpretation, your understanding of your guide is what is the most valid. Your personal relationship with your animal guide is the most important. Ants. Ants encourage hard work, discipline, perseverance and endurance. They accept their role in society and will work for the benefit of the community. So it's probably a time to go with the flow if you're drawn to ants, wherever you are. Bumblebee, again, they're about community, also about personal power. The bee symbolises the sun, celebration and community. Butterfly is transformation, a powerful symbol for anyone who's contemplating or is in the middle of change. Excuse me again, spirit's itching. Cats. A cat combines deeply psychic and spiritual nature and teaches us that the physical and spiritual worlds are not separate. I think cats are really interesting because I have friends that shudder at what I do, and I'm not allowed to mention it or talk about it or bring any spirit presence into the house. And they are probably the sort of people that don't like cats or don't want cats around because they don't like that psychic connection that cats can bring. Eagle. Eagle bridges heaven and earth and teaches us to face our fear of the unknown, to fly as high as our heart's joy can take us. Fox. I get foxes as well. Fox's gift is not being able to outrun the hounds, but to know in advance when they will hunt. We can learn to anticipate and create our future. Lion. Courage. Lion symbolises Leo, which rules the heart. Courage comes from the heart, creating the power to act in a way that blends with one's spirit. I think that's true. I think courage does come from the heart. You can't fake courage, can you? Oh, mouse. Mice teaches us to pay attention to the little details which might get overlooked in our rush to see the big picture. Owls. Wisdom. Owl has an ability to see what others may miss. The gift of the owl is to be undeceived by external appearances and discover the truth. Always better to live in truth. I'm always telling people that. Truth hurts, but truth gives you power. Pig, a symbol of prosperity and good luck. Turtle. Mother Earth. By following the example of turtle, we learn to ground ourselves in the nurturing energy of the earth and to flow with its energies. Wolf. The moon rises every night and the wolf always finds something to learn from it. We also, in exploring the hidden paths of consciousness, discover new truths. That's quite an important one, wolves. Oh, a zebra. The zebra's stripe patterns are unique and are a camouflage against predators. Zebras help us maintain our individuality in group settings. Yeah, apparently each zebra has a different stripe pattern. They're not all the same on any level. So that's an interesting fact, I think. While you are studying spiritualism, animal guides and things, it's always worth getting some cards on what you're learning, what I'm teaching and what you're learning. They can help you to develop a different perspective on things and different perspective on what's going on around you. As I say, I had lots of spiders. I said there's spiders that big in my house for at least a year or so before I found out what my ex was up to. Next time we'll be looking at elemental kingdoms, so communicating with elementals. That should be quite interesting. A lot of people don't believe in elementals, fairies and so on, but that's fine because elementals are just things like the earth, water, air and fire. And you know, folklore has earth spirits, such as gnomes, things like that. Water spirits, mermaids. Air spirits, fairies. And fire spirits, found in any fire such as volcanoes, etc. These are known as salamanders. So whether you believe in actual gnomes and fairies doesn't matter, because we'll be using the energies of these elements. Again, always nice to be aware, and the elements can be used to heal us. Water, for example, being by the sea, or going out for a walk is now, all these things can heal and restore us. So it's worth listening and learning about the elementals before we move on. That's quite a long one. Dreams. So yeah, after elementals, which is a physical again, we'll be moving on to read our dreams, spirit visit us, people in our dreams, lucid dreams, and astral travel. So interesting stuff after we get through the elementals, because all the even if you just like crystals in your home, finding out the use of the crystals, the energy they bring. So I'll say 31 minutes. I'm doing good. I'm staying at 30 minutes. So have a go at these meditations. If you can work with someone else or work with cards, it will really, really increase your psychic, spiritual abilities. Thank you again.